A special cargo project at the Helen Delich Bentley Port of Baltimore is showing off the advantages of moving cargo through its terminals. The owners of a new power plant under construction in Ohio ordered heat recovery steam generators to help run the plant and ship them through the Port of Baltimore. Weighing more than 120 tons, these GE power units are also called HRSGs or HRSGs. They are carefully unloaded at the Dundalk Marine Terminal, placed directly on a rail car to make their way out to the Midwest. An upgraded berth is making new business possible.
Yeah, MPA has invested into the development of berth 4 and strengthened the pier and improved the rail access. And that has attracted quite a few of those HRSGs.
Projects like this were exactly what we had in mind when we decided to reconstruct berth 4 to accommodate the heaviest of cargo to be directly landed to rail cars. If the railroad can clear it on their network, we can handle it here on our berth.
The HRSGs are generating steady business for the port, providing a selling point for moving heavy cargo.
Just recently we have done 30 of them. Over the last few years since the improvement of the pier, probably have done over 100, maybe 150 of them.
The process of both securing the cargo as a business and securing it for shipment are two unique opportunities for the port. The sheer size and weight of an HRSG creates its own challenge. The Maryland Port Administration, Ports America Chesapeake, Norfolk Southern, Rail Logistics Company SRT, and more are all in contact with each other. Crew members must make sure the ship is properly balanced when each unit is unloaded to prevent the vessel from tipping. Workers are in the ship's gear cranes making sure everything is safe. Even though these units are heavy, they're flexible.
They are unusual parts of the components because of the size. So these pieces range in weight from 225,000 pounds up to 360,000 pounds. They look like they're pretty rigid, but they're not. They're kind of like a little bit of a slinky. So when you pick it up and you bring it over top of that rail car, you've got 8 different points that you have to make sure are lined up with that loading deck of that rail car, so that when you land it on the car, it meets the clearance that the railroad has given the owners of the equipment to get it from Baltimore to the final destination.
Terminal operator Ports America Chesapeake will clean the rail cars and then weld the cargo to the bed to secure the load. Once everything is inspected and ready to go, the railroad takes over for the special train. The railroad sorts the cars to build the train while at the Port of Baltimore, so they will arrive in the right sequence at its destination.
One of the questions we often get asked at our industry conferences and events is, do you have the ability to spin the rail cars at the Port of Baltimore? And what they mean when they ask us that is, hey, if we land the rail cars at the berth facing one direction, can you change the direction of that rail car so that at the receiving site it can be unloaded as it needs to be and to its final destination? And the answer is yes. It's a value-added service that we provide at the Port of Baltimore. We don't charge anything extra for it, but it saves our customers a lot of money. It's a huge selling point for us, and we're proud to be able to offer that service to them.
We have 5 miles of rail track here, so we can do projects of this size and others at the very same time. So we have options to sort 4-axle, 8-axle, and 12-axle rail cars empty, so the hook never hangs on the ship. We have areas where we can immediately start doing the tie down and securing work once that unit is on that rail car. So there really are very few delays other than weather for this type of work, and we have a pretty good record in that area.
The direct-to-rail shipment couldn't be possible without the berth 4 reconstruction at Dundalk Marine Terminal. The improvements completed in 2017 allow the terminal to handle the heaviest of cargo. This is another example of how the Port of Baltimore is providing fast, easy, and convenient service for its customers.
We stay in communication with all stakeholders during the duration of a project to ensure that all the demands of our customers are being met. We want the Port of Baltimore to be the only choice on the East Coast for moving these kind of projects.